Pisces, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the month of June. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Let's get started. Let's start with the Astro Matrix Tarot. If I can speak, I hope you all are enjoying your weekend. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. See where you're at for the month of June. I can't believe it. This year, right? All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Pisces. What's at the bottom of the deck that showed me? Ooh, Knight of Wands. There's some excitement in the air. Something coming in. Knight of Wands is an incoming fiery energy. So you could have someone who's hot to trot around you. It could be just an exciting new idea you want to bring into the world. Ooh, the Hierophant. Crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, I like this energy. You've been slowly really considering or remembering or realigning with who you are internally. You know, the Hierophant is a very deep, lately for me, it's been our commitment to the truth of who we are. And I think that the more you move through life, the more you realize, you know, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to my growth. I'm committed to helping other people grow. And there's no rush. Some of you are being guided to slow down. They're emphasizing the hand, like pump the brakes. You could be either just making decisions around committing to person, place, or thing, or you've already decided, but you're really just trying to enjoy the process. I mean, this is enjoying a long-term commitment, enjoying your role as a guide and teacher to others. I'm feeling this enjoyment. The more you savor where you find yourself, which is directly linked to who you are in this world, your spiritual values, your spiritual core. This is, you know, appreciating maybe the people that are drawn to you, Pisces, for your leadership, for your knowledge, for your presence. This screaming to me, peaceful presence. I love that. I like what I'm getting from this combination here. Page of Swords. I love it. You're like, I have grown wise on the path. Spiritually wise. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's through slowing down and being more present. But you're also telling me at the Page of Swords that you're still willing to learn about yourself and about others. And you're taking a curious, inquisitive approach. This could be on the more practical side, communication between you and another and trying to listen to the words being said, trying to understand what they're saying. If you are coming here concerned about a commitment and its future and what may be unfolding in June, I am getting that as long as you take your time moving through whatever may arise, and you communicate clearly and you have the approach of student, I want to learn from what they're saying. I want to see their perspective. I want to understand. Then everything will be all right. Two of Pentacles. Get a lot of earthy energy here. You might be trying to settle after something, after some upheaval. Two of Pentacles. This could be weighing your options around a situation as well. This is your opportunity, is to settle or weigh out options and to communicate. You could be trying to decide about something in a commitment or in a connection, or trying to decide, you know, maybe the next thing that you want to implement. This is the card of doing the research, you know, studying, courses of study. You could be creating content. You could be creating, you know, retreats, workshops. I'm getting, you know, creator mode, pulling out, you know, information from your true self here, slowly but surely. The challenge. Ooh, the Devil. Now that is a challenge. This could be, I'm getting, it could be fear. It could be something that's coming up in a connection that's making it a little bit topsy-turvy here. And you're trying to get to the root of it and learn how to course correct or overcome a pattern. I'm getting that you could have a pattern if that you're coming in and you want to discuss a commitment in your life that you're trying to settle in self. This also could be fears It could even be people that are attached to you, that are draining your energy in general with your career. You know, people that are taking from you more than they're giving in their work output. And it's not fair and equal because the energy's imbalanced here. In June. Ooh, the moon. I don't even know what that's about. There's something in the near future that is hidden. Can't wait to clarify that. I kind of want to clarify that first. And then at the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands with the star. Well, the outcome is you were moving forward towards your wish fulfillment. As long as you take a light-footed approach here. She's dancing, twirling. You're headed towards a lot of healing and a lot of hope being restored, faith being restored here. It's going to require you to shift your perspective. I'm getting that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the Hangman when we clarify. I want to get a few words of advice, what you need more of in the month of June, Pisces. I'm getting you a very grounded approach from you. And you could be calming other people's fears. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's like fear of the unknown, and you might have people around you that's like you're so steady and calm here in this center energy here with the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles. You know how to self-soothe. You know how to go within. You know how to be in the stillness. You know how to handle problems. Like you're the level-headed one in the room here. If there's something going on, ultimately, I think you will be happy with the outcome here. Let's see. We have stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. Exactly. I mean, you're in the Hierophant energy. You're committed to your own values and your own truth, your personal truth. It's taking you a long time to arrive in almost like your own belief system. And when you know who you are and you're connected to your core values, all the answers that you need in life, no matter what you encounter, are within. Well, you're showing up in so much wisdom. So much wisdom, Pisces. You have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. And then at the bottom of the deck, bet on yourself, take chances, reach your dreams. You've got this. Yes, some of you are really reaching towards more wish fulfillment, whether that's in a connection and clearing up some things that are getting in the way of things running smoothly. And or you're really committed to your own personal truth, your own personal values, and you're conveying them in a way that creates a lot of wish fulfillment for you. I like this. So you already know all the answers within. You have an extraordinary amount of power. Through your own powers of creativity. I like it. There's a lot of confidence coming off the cards. You know, when you do know yourself, you can navigate anything. I'm getting that, Pisces. Solar plexus chakra. Yeah, confidence. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Yeah. Some of you are in a deep higher level commitment. And no matter what you encounter, you're committed to uncovering the truth. Both these cards with the Page of Swords and the Moon has to do with truth. And I just love it because you're applying your own personal truth to your life circumstances, and it's shifting the energy. And it's actually, you're becoming more confident on the path. This is like right in step, and there you are. Chariot, 3 of Wands. I'm getting this vibe here, Pisces, that you're telling me, you really are, on a very deep intrinsic level. I know that I am powerful, and I know that I can create the life of my dreams. And I've had a little bit of evidence of that, and I'm going to double down and take a new risk, and I'm committed to this. Even if I'm in two minds about it sometimes, I'm going to remind myself of who I am, and it's like the more we slow down and we're checking in along the way with ourselves, and we stay committed to our values and our beliefs, we face the fear of uncertainty and the fear of unknown a little bit stronger. And it gives you the willpower, right, to move mountains. I mean, the Chariot, you're moving forward attached to your intuition here. This is taking action. The 3 of Wands. There's a lot of personal growth that you're showing me, Pisces, in the month of June. Page of Cups, the Chariot. Some of you have a new love offer around you. And if not, you have a lot of a surrender to learning more about your commitment to the truth of your heart. Because, I mean, when we have these, it's interesting. This is a pretty big month because we have the Hierophant, the moon, the star, and the devil. So are you going to focus on your worst fears? Or are you going to focus on your highest hopes? That's why you have the Two of Pentacles. You've learned through experience what's better for you. I was raised by a Piscean father, and he was a worrywart. And I've been talking to him, throughout my life, because I've shifted in how I carry myself and how I perceive the world and how I perceive my life circumstances. And I kind of inherited that tendency to overthink and worry. Because you can find evidence if you look for it, right? You could go in the car and you could worry about, every person driving around you, and are they gonna, are they paying attention? It's that it can come down to the simple things and the big things, right? So you may be conquering a tendency to worry, and how that puts you off balance, because you do it when you have fear of uncertainty. I'm not saying that right. Fear of not knowing what's going to happen next. So that's easier than saying uncertainty. Can you welcome uncertainty with faith? Let's get the Page of Swords here. You're solid this month. Page of Wands. Then we have it in your outcome and what you don't see coming. Page of Wands, which is flirty, fun, adventurous. You got some page energy. So, you have a Tower. Tower, Page of Wands, Six of Swords. You're moving toward a playful approach. And I think it's shocking you even. You're not as worried about things in your life as much as you used to. I think something's gelling. It's like an amalgamation of your higher self and operating from that place. Because you slow yourself down when you start to worry about something. You could be worried about a child or something going on in your home and your commitment to understanding what they need and trying to move into calmer waters, because there could be some sort of crisis point. Tower is something crumbling. But out of this upheaval, it feels like upheaval, and you can let your worst fears govern you, or you can root and ground in your spiritual essence and let that part of you navigate through this. So I see you're navigating through a Tower. But you're showing up in this really light energy. I'm going to take a different approach to maybe even what some would look on the outside and say, this is some sort of crisis going on in a commitment or a family situation. What I see is you moving. It's like you're moving around a crisis and navigating it in a really, almost like a curious way. Like, well, if you think of a tower as a building that's fallen apart, you're navigating around it. You're not letting it impact you. It's like Chicken Little, when the sky's falling. Instead of going around freaking out, you're actually going around and calming everybody down around you, and that's calming you down. Somehow you're approaching a life circumstance and moving through it with so much peace in your mind about it, because what you're doing is you're taking a very curious approach to it. It's almost like when something happens and you're like, well, I'm going to do some research around this and let me just gather the facts right now. And I may not have all the answers and I'm weighing my options here, but I'm going to try to not let my worst fears govern how I react to this. Very interesting. This also could be a shocking conversation that brings peace to a situation. More peace. When you were expecting maybe the worst case scenario. This could be even a conversation with you and family members, or you and a child, or there's younger people here. Or it's you just wanting to, really move away from fear. It's still present in the room, though, if you let it. I just really like the way you're handling this. Not everybody can handle a tower like this. Normally it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So some of you have already had a tower hit, and this is the aftermath of learning from it and growing wiser on the path. because all of you are in different places here. Gosh, I can't believe all this page energy. Well, now we have a Page of Pentacles. That's 3 pages. That's rare in a reading, you know. We just don't have the Page of Cups. But I did get it in the pre-shuffle here, in the surface energy. So interesting. Page energy is youthful. You know, when you think about your first job and you're on site and you're like, gosh, I'm like new around here and I don't really know what's going on, but I'm willing to learn and I'm eager, right? I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do, but I'll figure it out. And you're taking that approach to your month in June. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Wow. You're moving forward in a frequency of unconditional love and calm, emotional calm. It's almost like no matter what's going on outside of you, you're a steady, calm center inside. And it's changing. It's like your vibrational energy around the circumstances of your life is changing the way people are responding to you. Wow. I think too, like you're applying, you're giving a lot of like love to a situation. It could be to a younger person. The love that you're pouring in to a situation in the month of June. Why do I want to say October? Last October might have been a key month in a situation. The more love that you can apply to a situation, the better. And Spirit said, if you move through the month of June with your heart and you're giving that part of yourself to people and you're staying centered and grounded, it's going to calm the turbulence. It's like a tower fell, right? In the water, right? And this is the emotional tower. And that can create, think of a tower falling in the water, you know, just waves. And look here's the waves. And you're juggling all this with, you're calming people down around you, Pisces. It's really profound. There's also this divine timing at play here in you coming into greater balance with yourself. It's like almost like these circumstances are a feedback mechanism to your growth. And you're navigating something in a different way than you used to. Like I said, that worrisome mind of yours, there's a more peaceful approach to a situation. I think you're deciding, you know what, I'm going to keep my heart in a loving place. Feels like a very forgiving energy. Someone might have said something to you or done something to you. You have someone who you could be moving away from because of a tower moment. And I think that it's almost like you're choosing to express from a loving heart nonetheless, even though the waters are choppy. Choppy waters, Pisces. Yeah, there's some disappointment though. We have the 4 of Cups over the Devil, the 7 of Swords, wow, and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are moving away from something. Maybe you've slowly been moving away from a commitment over time. This is also don't abandon your values. Don't abandon self. And this love is a lot to do with not only you giving out to other people, it's a two-way street with this 2 of Pentacles. You're giving yourself so much love and nurturing that you feel almost like divinely guided through what could feel like on the outside a little bit of chaos in June. You're either moving slow. This is really wild. I have 2 groups of you. You're either slowly moving towards a higher level commitment or you're slowly moving away from a higher level commitment. But either way, you're learning a lot about yourself and how to practice self-love and self-care. So you don't let your worries get the best of you. There's something going on here, though, and this is a little troublesome energy, but it's like you're maintaining a sense of separateness, of independence in a situation where there's been deception, there's been a lot of unknowns, there's been disappointment, there's been almost like this, there's something that's been unhealthy in your life. I feel like it's someone outside of you, and you're trying to almost stay outside of the fray. Like I said, you're going around a tower. You definitely don't trust something for whatever reason. And I feel that's warranted. I'm going to tell you that if you don't trust a situation or a person, you can still be a kind, loving human. But if someone's creating a lot of waves or ripples, It's almost like you're not getting triggered by someone who used to trigger you. And you're like, whoa, this is not affecting me. I've risen above this. I've learned, I've grown. This isn't affecting me like it used to. And it doesn't mean you're numb. It just means that you're detached. You're detached. You're not taking ownership of the way this person operates. In fact, what it feels like is you're ending a codependent pattern with somebody. And you're moving away from maybe their internal chaos. So you don't take a hold of it and try to fix it or heal it or do anything but still be a loving presence. But it's almost like it's not your battle. Wow. Some of you, this is parent-child, mother, father, parent-child, because we have so much young energy in this. Or it could be just someone who's younger than you in a commitment, and there's just, they have a lot of growing and healing to do. They're not where you are, sweethearts. They're not. I mean, you're in the Hierophant. That's wise. Very wise. Ooh, the Ace of Cups that want to come out, but it didn't. It showed itself. What's this? We have the King of Swords. Ten of Wands. It doesn't mean this. You're making some difficult decisions around a home environment in the month of June. You're trying to stabilize in your sense of self and your fire here. It's hard. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's like you're facing this uncertainty, this unknown, the moon, the subconscious, in your wisdom. I see you problem solving and not letting yourself freak out by the situation. At the end of the day, what I see you doing, which is really beautiful, Pisces, is you're not hiding what you think and feel. You're expressing. And you're not only are you saying it to this person or these people, you're saying it to yourself. And I think at the end of the day, it's creating a rite of passage for you where you are no longer going to stay silent. And you're going to speak up. And you're going to drop some heavy burden that's hitting close to home through speaking your truth and standing in your integrity. And while there may be a lot hidden or a lot of fear of the unknown, I think it's like you're going through some sort of test this month in your personal resiliency, in the spiritual growth that you've had. This is when we find out who we are through our life's challenges, and we actually deepen and we change and we grow. This is real growth, Pisces. Real growth. Real true growth. Let's look at this Page of Wands. Everything's going to be all right, though. I mean, I'm getting these hopes and wishes fulfilled. Keep the faith kind of attitude. Judgment, Knight of Wands. The Strength and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're coming out of some sort of difficult situation, Pisces. I'm not sure what's going on. It's going to be different for each and every one of you, but I would say that you're taking a spirited, strong, courageous, grace-filled approach to a complete rebirth, and you aligning with, a cosmic alignment in self where it's like, I think you're finding a lot of personal freedom this month in how you respond to your life circumstances. And it's a gorgeous shift for you. I would say this is a deeply epiphany-filled month around you and your perception of self. And it's about moving through the world with your own personal will. Intrinsically motivated by staying true to yourself and really leading with love and your own integrity. It's like maybe you used to avoid difficult conversations. Maybe you didn't always say how you feel. And now, like when you come from the heart and your intentions are pure, it can change the energy in the room. And I feel as though you do have something that some of you have had, like a hot and cold situation. You've been waiting a long time for maybe someone to commit. I'm seeing a truth being told. And I think that, you may have a situation where if you don't speak up about what you want, that's what it's taught you. Speak up for what you want and need. Stay true to what you desire. Be patient with the process. Be patient with self. You're rooting and grounding in a new frequency this month because of your life circumstances and how you stand up to them and how you stand up for them, which is basically honoring self all along the way. It's beautiful. This is gorgeous work because you could get stuck in the mind and ruminate and get totally overwhelmed. But instead, you're giving yourself grace. You're giving yourself space to come to these conclusions and decisions that are best for you. So you can move through this with a lighter approach. Wow. You're breaking free. You're breaking free of maybe a heavy situation at home. And you're not letting it affect you as much. And this is, I see you like, I need some space, right? Maybe before you were all hands on deck, all in. And now it's like you're saving that time for you. I want to get a work your light because there's something really profound with these major arcana. There's a lot of major arcana here, you all, like big time. And we have majors everywhere I look. The Tower, the Devil, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the Strength, the Judgment, the Star, and what you don't see coming. You're aligning with your fate. You're aligning with the new destiny, which has to do with you getting out of feeling trapped and feeling free and spirited and happy and joyful. And this is a very liberating, spiritually liberating month for you, Pisces. Let's get a Work Your Light Oracle. I want to see. No. I'm going to listen. They said not that one, Jenna. We're going to go with the Animal Apothecary. This one has some really deep messages. So there's some sort of deep message they want me to convey through this deck. What is the tell Pisces the truth about the month. And this is why I pull Oracle, because they convey the messages that wrap up the entire reading. A breakthrough. That's what this month is. It's a powerful breakthrough. I'm hearing that Dorson. Break on through to the other side. Number 29. And that is isn't that in astrology like a karmic point? There's something karmically happening this month. It's like you couldn't have, all these forces are conspiring for almost this like metamorphosis. What is this? I don't even know what this imagery, let's see what this imagery is. That's fascinating. I just saw 2727. You might look that up. I think that'll be applicable. I am so curious about what this means. Lizard brain breakthrough. The medicine of this card comes through when you're about to level up and have an amazing breakthrough, but you must be made aware that your lizard brain may attempt self-sabotage. This is that disappointment in you not trusting in self. The eye-opening in this image is likened to a seed ripping open to become self-realized. The reptile head on the bottom of the card represents our unconscious reptilian brain, the limbic system. This part of our brain represents fear, fight, flight, addictions, and other emotional behaviors. It hates change and thinks it can keep you safe by pulling you back from taking important risks that can lead to great success. The lizard brain will drown you in fear of potential failure and tell you to stay in the job or relationship that makes you miserable because there's a strange safety in the familiarity of what you know. Hey, at least you know it's horrible, so that's safe, right? Wrong. This is just some of the garbage logic of the lizard brain, the master of self-sabotage. This card is about surpassing the prehistoric programming of our beliefs and behaviors to evolve into who we know we can be. The Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles. You've been slowly evolving, and I think this month you're going to realize how much you've changed. The art of your breakthrough is the determined effort to constantly question your perception. Take a moment to analyze a current obstacle or moment of resistance you're dealing with. This obstacle is a golden nugget moment to challenge your perception. Examine the story in your mind's eye. Even being aware that you just got hijacked by lizard brain doesn't necessarily dispel all the worry running through your body. See, I told you, you used to worry. You're working on it. And it is a work in progress. Progress over perfection. I always say, we're not perfect. This is a part of our system that's hardwired in our own evolution of our species. This is a fault, like a default for every human on this planet. At this moment, you may have to just move forward while still feeling fear and not believing fully in yourself. But the action of going forward is what will lead you to the critical breakthrough. This is a critical breakthrough for you. I want to get one more. I want to get actually a guidance around your healing, because it feels like you're going through a powerful breakthrough, moving beyond your fears and worries. Ooh, these all wanted to come out. We have, I can choose to do things differently. Personal power. I can stand in my power in the face of fear. Another personal power card. Letting go. I release the idea that I need to be strong today. Another letting go. I release the idea that I have to do everything on my own. And then boundaries, which was showing up in reverse. I understand that some people won't understand the ways I'm changing. Some people will be in disbelief over who you are becoming. Maybe even yourself. This is powerful. What a powerful breakthrough month. You are rising in your sense of will. Solar plexus chakra. I'll repeat these again. Bet on yourself. Take chances. Reach your dreams. You've got this, Pisces. You have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. And stop looking outside yourself for answers. You already know them. Wow. Gorgeous reading. Thank you for your patience. I've had a lot going on in my home with, all the stuff, right? We're all so busy. Gemini season is an action-packed season. Make sure you carve out time for stillness, for silence, for self-reflection, because you're going through a major shift this month, all right? As we move through the rest of Gemini season before Cancer season hits, which hopefully things will soften a little bit, because I do see you anticipating Cancer season, lightening the load, dropping some heavy burdens that have to do with big decision making around maybe a commitment and what you're going to do about it, or commitment to something that you're investigating at this time, and the way to proceed forward with maybe minimal damage. That's what it looks like. All right. Take care. Namaste, Pisces.